Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Just got done doing a video on the Egypt false flag this morning, the reported killings at the mosque. I talked about how it was the perfect day for a shooting false flag. Now there's one coming out of Oxford Circus in London. And the reason I said today is a perfect day for a shooting false flag is because it's the day that leaves 37 days left in the year. In the language of gematria, shooting equals 37. Look at what Oxford equals. Also 37. And this is how it works every single day across the world. News is contrived by this code, which comes from Kabbalah, letters and numbers, and every single day the news is synced up with the calendar. Every false flag you hear about, every rigged election, everything. Your entire news media across the world is propaganda that is contrived by this code. There are no exceptions. This morning, they reported that first 54 were killed, then 155 killed, then 235 killed at a mosque. As we talked about, the original number, 54, the location of the killing has gematria 54. The word Islam equals 54. That's where that number came from. This is contrived propaganda by the code. Then it jumped to 155. Christianity equals 155. Think about the history of Christianity and Islam and the Crusades. It was after the Crusades that the Knights Templar returned the knowledge of Kabbalah to the Catholic Church, which created the Cabal. That's where the term comes from, the Cabal. The secret political faction. This is the knowledge that they have. Kabbalah. The belief that God created the world with language by merging the letter with the number. And these tyrants want to play God over the masses, and they do it by this code. Every single day, this has been going on for centuries. You learn this code and you go back and look at the story of Jack the Ripper, you'll have a good belly laugh. It's all Freemasonry. Always has been. Speaking of Freemasonry, look at the gematria of London, England. 5958. Look at Freemasonry. 5859. Modern Freemasonry began in 1717 with the premier Grand Lodge in London. And why 1717? Again, it's all about the code. In reduction gematria, Mason equals 17. You see? Their code comes from the Torah. Notice the gematria of 62 here. Torah, 62. And notice all the overlap. You know, there's a lot of overlap there. Elohim, the name for God in the Torah. How about the story of the Garden of Eden from the Torah? 62. These are special numbers. This is where the code comes from. So, just giving you a little base knowledge here. With regards to London, England, and Freemasonry, both equaling 59, in Hebrew, using the Hebrew alphabet, which is known to be letters and numbers, everybody knows the gematria code behind Hebrew. Most people don't realize it's in place behind English. Freemasonry equals 59 in Hebrew and in English. Think about it. And it's not just that. Kabbalah equals 38 using the alphabetic order in English and the alphabetic order in Hebrew, and a whole lot more. There's so much overlap between English and Hebrew. And think about it. Hebrew, the first extinct language to be brought back as a national language with the establishment of Israel, the Zionist Jew state. Gematria, mostly a Jewish practice at this day and age. Your media and money supply across the world controlled by the same Zionist Jews who abide by this code. It's not hard to see who's responsible for all of this propaganda. The people who use the media to make everyone hate each other and themselves, but constantly also reinforce the one group of people you can't talk about are the Zionist Jews. And you know, over in Europe, places such as France, you're not allowed to speak against Zionism. If I was making this video in France, I'd be put in a prison cell because it's illegal to speak against Zionism. Think about that. That's what tyranny is, and it's not hard to see who the tyrants are. You have to be blind. And in the Talmud, it says the Goyim, who are the non-Jews, are stupid, dumb, gullible, easily ruled over, not even human. They're an animal race. And the purpose of their existence is to slave for the Jew so they don't have to work. All expressed in the Talmud. For just a little more overlap with London, the headquarters of Masonry, where this happened today, killing equals 74, London 74, Masonic 74. Police worldwide are controlled by Freemasonry. Notice policeman's 47, the reflection is 74. On the Freemason compass, the angle's 47 degrees. Each leg kicked out at 23.5 degrees, which is why the death toll's up to 235 in Egypt in their propaganda news. This comes on Black Friday, the shopping day. I just want you to notice up here. Look at what's emphasized in CNN's breaking news headline. Police respond to reports of shots fired at Central London Underground Station on a busy Oxford Street shopping strip. You know, same thing going on over there that's going on all over the world. They got the whole world distracted with consumerism, entertainment, movies, TV shows, sports games. This is where the mind's eye of the masses is, you know? Where it should be is on truth and how we're being ruled over by tyrants who are abusing us. All across the world, people are paying way too much in taxes. You know, all across the world, people are slaving to keep a roof over their head, food in their mouth, and they shouldn't have to be. Not at all. The reason they're having to do this is because so much of their wealth is being stolen and given to evil people. People who go by the Talmud, who believe they don't have to work. That's the job of the Goyim slave. You see? You see how this works? So anyway, about this shopping part, I just want you to see this. Also, notice how they emphasize gunshot here. Gunshots. Notice London, England's 131. That's the 32nd prime number. Gunshot has the gematria of 32. UK equals 32. America 32. Might get a false flag in America by the end of the day. See how many more shooting false flags we get. Last year in the US, we had one in Colorado on Black Friday. But just look at the overlap with gunshots and shopping. You see it? Overlap there in two ciphers. And the word Jerusalem also equals 104. The date the United States of America was established, 7-4, like Masonic. Holiday equals 74. Independence Day, 74. But 7-4, 1776, that was a date with numerology of 104. Jerusalem, 104. The Kabbalah Code comes from Jerusalem. Also, when you see 104, it always makes me think of 10-4. The police code that comes from the 10 code, that's what it's called. You know, there's a few different variations. 10-4 means message received. Police, 33. 10 code, 33. England, 33. Masonry, 33. Secrecy, 33. Order, 33. Notice England's also 132. Go back and measure from the Queen's 71st birthday. The word royal equals 71. From her birthday to the death of Princess Diana was 132 days. And Princess Diana equals 132. So does England. So does Winchester. I'll link this calculator down below so you can verify all this. Very simple. Princess Diana 132. England 132. The royal families in Winchester. Hold on. I know Winchester equals 132. It must be in one of the other complementary ciphers. Unless I'm getting confused. Okay, maybe I'm wrong about Winchester. Misremembered there. But anyway, England and Princess Diana, both 132. She died 132 days after the Queen's birthday. And I have to go back and look the rest of the riddle. It was perfectly synced with Prince Charles, who she'd just gotten divorced from as well. But you learn this code and you can go back and you can see what's been going on all these years. Contrived news by the numbers. The tunnel Princess Diana died in, I forget, it's in France where she died. But the tunnel she died in, if you get the name of it and put it in this calculator, you'll see it equals 113 in reduction gematria. Princess, also 113. And in the Talmud, it says it's okay for somebody who's a Zionist Jew, or it doesn't say Zionist Jew, it just says somebody who's Jewish, it's okay for them to lie to somebody who's not Jewish. Bava Kamal 113A. And, mainstream 113, dishonest 113, not true 113, bullshit 113. How about this? Divorce 113. Princess Diana had gotten divorced August the year before her death in 96. She died in 97. Divorce 113, infidelity 113, you see? And then she dies in the tunnel with the 113 gematria. In France, Masonic headquarters. France 47, notice the 115, like Masonic, like killing. Notice killing's 115 in reverse ordinal and Jewish gematria. You see? There's 155 as well. 155, I just want you to notice. Policeman 155. You see that? Earlier today, they said 155 dead when they were moving their headlines around for a moment in Egypt. Christianity equals 155. Freemasons 155. So the 4 base ciphers, that's where your money is. The exceptions on these for the master numbers, the 11th letter, the 22nd letter, there's more important information there. Some of these other ciphers, also very relevant. All of this is part of a big complementary system. Look at the word cop in Jewish gematria, 113. Look at police, 147 in Jewish gematria, just like Freemasons 147, just like conspiracies 147. So anyway, the English language built on a code. It's this code that's used to contrive propaganda every day. The more you study the code, the more you work with it, the more you learn about it, the more you see what an intricate system it is. So apologies about the Winchester thing. It's something else that's 132 related to the royal family. I thought it was Winchester, but make sure I didn't spell it wrong. I swore it was Winchester. I guess it's not. It's something, though. It's something else. There's something else about 132 and Princess Diana's death. I got to go back and look at my own work. But this is why you get the Oxford shooting on the day, leaving 37 days left in the air. So we'll see what else happens. Might be a busy day for them. They gotta spread the fear while people are out in public places, because this is how it works. All the paranoid people that believe the news, that's what they want. They want a society of believers and not thinkers. Remember, that word believe has lie right in the middle. Believe, 33, They want a society of believers. So all the people who believe the media, they got the fear today. People are in the mall. They're thinking, oh my God, I hope a terrorist doesn't come in here. All right, truth seeker, somebody's at my door. I'll be back. I'll be back if there's another follow.